first you decide to keep Amber Tart in this movie, and then you decide to make the DCEU end of the whimper by making this the last DCEU movie. Warner Brothers, shame on you. Yeah, if you see the movie, you probably get the reference. Hey guys, this is Frozen Dig Stews here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today, I am going to be doing a review on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is the final installment in the DCEU, as well as the second Aquaman film, the sequel to the highest grossing DCEU movie, Y. And is directed once again by James Wan, and it stars Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson, Yahya Abdul-Mandi II, Randall Park, Amber Heard, Nicole Kidman, Dolph Lundgren, Morrison, was it Yayan? No, but I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, yeah. So basically, Aquaman and Lost Kingdom tells the story of Arthur Curry slash Aquaman, who is pretty much now king of Atlantis, but he has a lot of roles to balance. Not only is he the king of Atlantis, but he's also a father to a son, which he calls, Junior Aqua Baby. He basically has no name, and he's also a member of the Justice League. He doesn't seem to be enjoying his role as king. It's not as good because it's all just politics and other stuff. It's all just council meetings where the councils will just brush off every decision he makes and all that stuff. But one day there comes a Black Manta who is still fueled by his father's death due to Aquaman killing his father, and so he still desperately wants revenge with Aquaman. So he pretty much takes power. He becomes powerful. He comes back, but what he does specifically is that he takes the trident, and he has his crew pretty much crush ice and all that stuff, and below, just so he can get to the Lost Kingdom. The Lost Kingdom has this trident where Black Manta takes his trident, and it unleashes global warming on the earth, and so Aquaman must go on a journey to find to team up with his brother, which they don't even explain why. And his brother gets bailed out, and so they team up together to stop Black Manta, and that's basically the plot of it. So now it's no secret that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is by far the most controversial movie of the year. I know, not controversy as if the movie itself when it came out, but it's more of the behind the scenes controversy. When you look at it as a movie with behind the scenes controversy, this one suffered the worst of them all because of a certain actress in the cast, Amber Heard. Yep, Amber Heard is in this movie apparently. Seriously. Even after what Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp, we all wanted her to get fired and be recasted with Emilia Clarke. Yes, I think Emilia Clarke would be a perfect Mera, and should have even been Mera in the first place, because both Emilia Clarke and Jason Momoa, they both would have been perfect together because of their great chemistry. The great chemistry they had in Game of Thrones season 1 and Emilia Clarke does have the fitting looks of Mera, but no, happy Amber Heard. I guess maybe the reason why Amber Heard is in this and not Emilia Clarke is why Emilia Clarke couldn't play Mera is because she was busy with Secret Invasion, which I still think is underrated, by the way. So but controversies aside, I was excited and not excited for this at the same time. Well, definitely at first I was not excited for this one. This was by far my least anticipated superhero movie of the year. I was definitely dreading this movie. However, I will admit the trailer was actually decent. I was like, hey, it actually doesn't look bad. It looks like it looked like it was going to be a rather dumb fun movie, mindless fun movie that, well, definitely I knew it was gonna have I knew it was gonna be terrible in quality with bad plot and all that stuff, but at the very least, I was hoping for this movie to, just be entertaining and just be a dumb, fun, mindless movie. Even though I never set my expectations high for this. Yeah. I actually saw this movie late, as you can tell. I saw this movie late. Yeah, it's because when I was in the US, me and my family saw Godzilla minus one. I know I told the story already many times. I'll just skim it through. I saw Godzilla minus one. Couldn't see this one because of my vacation. When I came back, I had a lot of Christmas parties. I had no time. The best time I could watch it, and then also I was gonna see this one on January 2, but I got sick on the day, and so January 3 is when I saw this movie, and I saw it in 4DX. Yeah, sadly the movies I saw in 4DX haven't been great lately. I still defend Jurassic World Dominion, which was the previous movie I saw in 4DX. X-Men Days of Future Past, I saw the first movie I saw in 4DX. That movie was a masterpiece. Rise of Skywalker though, oh boy, don't get me started on that one. But yeah. And yeah, Aquaman Lost Kingdom. Now, yes, I will admit about this movie. When I first saw the theaters, when I was walking out of it, like when I was watching it, I was kind of liking it in my head. I was like saying, hey, it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty decent, actually. It's actually not bad. Yeah, but walking out of it, walking out of it, walking out, I was like, hey, I was even telling my dad that was actually pretty solid. It was serviceable. Not great, definitely. I mean, I always knew the story was bad, but I had fun with it. I mean, especially with the 4D effects and all that stuff. But however, when I got home, immediately, I already forgot what happened. Like when I was about to just go on my laptop and log in this movie, I was like, what the hell even? I forgot a lot that happened in this movie. So yeah, I knew that I knew deep down that I actually don't like this movie, even though my gut said I like it. My heart said it's not good. And now I jumped to a conclusion that this is not a good movie. Now, I don't hate this movie by any means. I will admit, it is better than the first film. Yep, I prefer this over the first Aquaman. And if you're wondering my thoughts on the first Aquaman movie, it's not. Yeah, I think the first movie is super overrated. I still stand by what I said about the first Aquaman in my DCU ranking, specifically when Black Adam came out. Yeah, I called Aquaman overrated. I was like, yeah, this movie is not good. And it's not just because of Amber Heard in it. I know I declined my thoughts on this one when Amber Heard, was the but I just really don't like this movie in general. It's long. It's way too long. It's boring. Like, the final battle is the definition of anticlimactic, and yeah, Orm is such an overrated villain. I don't get why people like Orm so much as a villain. So much as a villain, and yeah, But I will say that the scenes besides the final battle, it has a pretty decent action. And Queen Atlanta was a badass. I like Queen Atlanta. But yeah, I will say that Aquaman 2 is a tad bit better. I give this one the same rating as the first film. You'll see when I rate Aquaman 2 when I end this one. But yeah. Yeah, let's get into some of the good things first before I get into all my flaws with the movie. The visual effects are not as bad as people say this. I know people say that this movie has bad visuals, and I can totally see why. I mean, the creature designs, I'll talk about them in a bit, but when it comes to the water effects and the design of Atlantis and all that stuff, it's actually really good. I like the effects, the designs, the look, the cinematography is solid. The score is definitely the best part of the film. I really dig the score in this one. The action scenes were better in the first film, like for sure. And that's kind of one reason why I prefer this over the first movie. The action scenes are better. The final battle, well, it is really stupid and made me roll my eyes, and it did go in for a little too long. At least it didn't feel anticlimactic, unlike the first film. At least I mean, maybe when it comes to the final film in the DCU, yes, it did feel anticlimactic, but I didn't feel like it was but on its own, I didn't feel like it was anticlimactic at all. And yeah, but my personal favorite action scene in this film is the mid action scene, the one in like the first act where where Black Manta enters Atlantis and then fights Aquaman, and Aquaman just and then he gets away at the end. Yeah, that was the best action scene in the film. And I like the performances from Jason Momoa and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Oh yeah, Black Manta was definitely the best part of the film. I like Black Manta. Honestly, I'm gonna go as far as saying Black Manta is the best villain since General Zod in Man of Steel. He is such a ruthless villain. Yes, sure. It may seem on paper that it may seem on paper that that it's just a generic, oh, I want revenge and Aquaman type. Like he has no motivations, but he was actually really good. I mean, he actually did feel threatening. He felt like an actual man, and he seemed like a villain you'd love to hate. He took things too far, and he did things and it made you hate him. I really despised him for other good reasons. And Yahya Abdullah Bandina Saga did give a really good performance. But unfortunately, that's all the good I can say about this. Now let's get into the bad thing about this movie. Um, the all my flaws I have with this film. Like, where do I even get started with this? Yeah, let's talk about the biggest problem with the movie. Yeah, it's the same thing as the first film. Yes, it's the exact same thing story wise. It's um, it's the same thing. It starts off with I don't even want to bother summarizing it. But I'll just say the only difference this movie had in the first film is pretty much the character Aquaman is paired with. Yeah, basically, there will be someone who would be paired with Aquaman to go on this journey and yada yada and stuff. In the first film, it was Mera. Yeah, Mera was kind of annoying and bitchy in the first film. Like she kept on it was really annoying when she kept on bossing Aquaman around like in that scene. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. She's basically like she was so arrogant. She was like, oh, I'm a good listener. I can listen to everything. And then Aquaman is just really dumb in that film. But yeah. But in this time it's Orm taking over Mera's role, and oh my goodness, that chemistry between Aquaman and Orm. What chemistry is there? Like they had no chemistry throughout. They're just there. Yeah, like I found no chemistry. They're desperately trying to be Thor and Loki 2.0. Like yeah, despite I will say that Thor the Dark World is worse than this. I mean, at least they got Thor and Loki's banter right, and that's one of the best things about the film. But here, I saw no chemistry with Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson. And by the way, why do people like Patrick Wilson? People are saying Patrick Wilson is the best part of the movie. I don't agree. I do not like Orban. I really don't like him. He's just Loki 2.0. He's just a Loki ripoff, and he has no character. And not to mention, Patrick Wilson was bored. Yeah, his acting was bored in this one. Yeah, I did not like his performance that much. And yeah, speaking of performances, yeah, there were some wooden performances in this one. Besides Jason Momoa and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, everyone just gave like a pretty mediocre performance. Yeah, Randall Park is definitely one of the worst. I cannot stand Randall Park in this one. Uh, but like one performance that really disappointed me the most. The one thing about the movie that really disappointed me is Nicole Kidman as Atlanta. As you all know, Atlanta was my favorite character in the first Aquaman. I loved her, especially that opening scene where she fought off against the guards. That is probably my favorite scene in that film. But so yeah, I thought that she's gonna steal the show again in this one, but no, she's definitely one of the weaker characters. I can't believe they just wasted Atlanta like that. She was such a forgettable character. So she was like such a forgettable character. Yeah, she was just there. She was just there. And by the way, speaking of forgettable, yeah, the movie's forgettable. Like what I said earlier, I completely forgot, which pretty much really affected my thoughts on this film. Yeah, that's why I don't like it, because of how forgettable it is. I can't really remember anything. Oh yeah, can we talk about how goofy this movie is? Oh god, this movie's comedy is atrocious. Not a single joke in this movie I laughed at. It just left me rolling my eyes and be like, why? Yeah, why are they doing this? Like, for example, the scene where the baby peed on Aquaman and have and like peed on Aquaman's face. Why? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, oh, and by the way, yeah, the Aqua baby in this movie is so incredibly annoying. I cannot stand that baby. If you like, say what you want about the Ice Age baby, but I guarantee, I hope the Aqua baby gets the Ice Age baby treatment. I'm dead serious when I say that. That's how much I can't stand this annoying AF baby. I know she's a baby, but I'm taking it too serious. But come on, man. I mean, have you seen babies in movies? I mean, like, Jack. I mean, he could have been another Jack, but no. Yeah. What else is there? Yeah. Oh, and also, oh yeah, and not to mention, or eating a cockroach. Bruh. Yeah. Seriously, or eating a cockroach. Really, Wire Bros? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Like, that is gross. And yeah, some of the creature designs are horrible. Like, the creature designs are horrible. Like, for example, like in Orbis Prison, there's like this Groot rip-off guy, and it looks disgusting. And just why? Um, and yeah, is there anything else? Oh yeah, the dialogue in this movie is terrible, just as bad as the first film. Like, for example, this line from Black Manta. Even though I love Black Manta, yeah, there was one thing I didn't like about Black Manta is a certain line he said. Oh, first you steal his wife, and first you steal his throne, and now his wife. Oh, shame on you, Aquaman. Yeah. Oh yeah, also the pacing can be really slow. Like there are scenes in this film where it took forever for it to get. Like, for example, the scene with the Black Manta and his crew going into the surface to get the trident. That scene took forever. I was losing my damn patience. And these creatures attacking didn't even help. I was like, get to Aquaman. No one cares. Oh yeah, and can we talk about the scene where they kill off Tom Curry? Like, what the? It just came out of nowhere. I mean, I knew Tom Curry was gonna die eventually. Like, we see Black Manta opening Black Manta like burning the house and stabbing Tom Curry. And then we see, like, everyone coming there into the burning house, and then mourning for him. And then Aqua was like, no, and it just cuts. Like, it just happened for a second. Like, it just killing off Tom Curry. It felt like it just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I guess so, boy. And yeah, I don't care anymore. Yeah. Oh yeah. And you want to know what the post credit scene in this movie was? Yeah, you want to know? Yep, Orm eats a cockroach. Yeah. Why? Just why? Yeah, like, he eats a cockroach. Like, yeah, basically that cockroach sandwich. Yeah, that is basically how you end the DCU. Oh, by the way, I need to bring this up before I wrap up this review, but the preachy environmental message. Why is, yeah, the message in this movie is so preachy and just yeah, it is just so preachy. And yeah, basically, like, yeah, whatever. So overall, yeah, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is not a terrible movie, not a hateable movie by any means, but yeah, if this is how the DCU ends, then, well, it just ends. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like it's better than the first film, slightly better, but I still do not like this movie at all. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, with that said, I'm gonna give Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom a 2.5 stars out of 5. Meh movie. Yeah, so at least it wasn't a Rise of Skywalker type finale. I will give it that. But yeah, goodbye DCU and hello James Gunn's DCU. Yeah, I already know James Gunn's DCU will be a million times better than the DCEU. So for my review of Aquaman Lost Kingdom, what are your thoughts on the Aquaman? What are your thoughts on the movie? Did you like this movie? Did you hate this movie? Or do you call this movie average or mediocre just like me? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review of Spirited Away, leading on to the Boy and the Heron. Bye guys.